Definitely working on improving on his skill, and it has been showing. We've seen them on stream a few times already, and sure enough, now going to be piloting that Mew VMAX up against one of the best players in the world, Caleb Gedemer, who's fresh off that finals, as you were saying, playing the Lost Zone box. Not going to be Kyogre this time, though.
Yeah, it changed up. What, 1 card? 2 cards?
I mean, a few. Yeah, it's going to be a turbo style of list, which is something that I am really excited to see, as maybe the Turn 1 Dragonite is something that we will see again on stream.
Yeah, and I wouldn't put it past Caleb to be able to pull it off. He's been playing Lost Box for basically the entire season, really putting in a ton of work and prep into the deck, and you kind of have to with a deck like Lost Zone.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to figure out exactly how to make all of those decisions throughout the game. See all those flower selectings, all those difficult choices you have to make, and holding on to all the resources. It's not going to be as important in this style of build because you get to go for that aggression, but you want to make sure that you can still close out and take all 6 prize cards.
And it looks like we got a mulligan from Cameron here, so going to give Caleb a little extra card to try to find that Colossus experiment earlier on.
And Cameron has been on stream before. I believe we saw him playing a Vikavolt deck at one point in time, so definitely likes the oppressive decks here. As once more, we've got the Mew VMAX, and there's nothing more oppressive than Judge Path.
Yep, no Meloetta in this version. Is just going to have to rely on those 4 double turbo energy to get things done against this Lost Box deck. And usually it's just hopefully a lot of Psychic Leaping.
Yeah, definitely could line up pretty well against those Comfeys. Use those power tablets to help yourself out in getting those knockouts. And we see the tech inclusion there of the Manaphy, which is something that a lot of players have been thinking about, as Kyogre can be a difficult matchup. Doesn't have to worry about that exactly. Still have to work through Radiant Greninja, but we'll see if that comes into play here.
Couple battle VIP pass in the prize cards for Cameron there, and Cramorant to go along with a Comfey and a Mirage Gate for Caleb, but nothing too bad. This list is just playing the one Cramorant that Caleb and his team is usually kind of pioneered. You don't really need Cramorant other than turn 1, 2.
Well, let's hopefully not need a turn 1. Let's just see 7 cards in the Lost Zone and go crazy.
You know, judging by the stuffed animals on the stuffed Pokemon on the table, I would think Arcturalodon, but
yeah, you know, trying to bait your opponent. I really like Arceus.
You got the Arceus there, the Duraludon on the Judge.
Yeah. Well, we are going to see Caleb starting things off. So no turn 1 attacks. Definitely could line up for some solid turn 2, and going to be selecting that Comfey out of the prize cards.
Starts with that Raikou V. Does have the fleet-footed to be able to draw an extra card when it's in your active spot. A very good resource to be able to just extend your plays. Free card every turn is not too bad.
Yep. This is, of course, one of the best cards to see in the opening hand, that Hisuian Heavy Ball. It's basically a cheat code to save yourself a lot of time. Write down those prize cards, know exactly what you're working with, and the rest of the hand, we'll see how this works out. But with the Raikou V, it means you have the Forest Seal Stone potentially, and it's a lot of water energy too.
Yeah, there was 3 in the hand. The list only plays 4. And like you said, there's that Forest Seal Stone. There's a Battle VIP Pass, Comfey, and Nest Ball. This hand has the potential to pop off.
This is every Pokemon you'd want, and basically the only thing stopping Caleb is the fact that he's going first. This could have been the hand to get the job done, but it's also just nice to have the ability to slow down a little bit, maybe just get 2 cards in the Lost Zone if you can potentially this turn, and basically guarantee that you have a solid turn 2 attack.
Now the debate is if Caleb has a switch out in hand, or is he just going to be forced to attach or retreat this Raikou V in the active? But you do have fleet-footed, you do have concealed cards, and then eventually flower selecting. Another Forest Seal Stone found. The second one isn't as good.
Looks like we're going to add another Pokemon into the hand there, potentially with that Nest Ball, but plenty of cards to go around. Just looking for switching effects, I suppose, at this point of the game. And
how about a Pokestop Mirage Gate?
That can be a little trickier. Of course, having that counter stadium to the path to the peak can help you find those resources later on with the Radiant Greninja, so holding on to that resource seems fine. And This
You do have to
stage, you
be-
probably just play this down and pass the turn.
And Caleb is playing down that 4 Seal Stone just so you can have it for the next turn. Trying to play around Judge, but you also have to be wary about Lost Vacuum in your opponent's deck too. Mew ends up playing 3 to 4 copies of that card. So a combination of Lost Vacuum and Judge could disrupt Caleb here.
That is the benefit of playing 3 Forest Sealstone. Has that one already in hand, but there's the combination of seeing the Vacuum and then the Judge, which is a little awkward. And we're actually going to see all of that, it looks like.
Yeah, speaking of a little awkward, Cameron's hand is that.
It's a lot of awkward. It is Judge.
Have you ever judged with 1 Genesect in play?
This is why I don't win tournaments anymore, Jeremy. Yes, of course I have. It has been a tough road occasionally as a Mew player. You just find the wrong cards, and it's why that Battle VIP pass is so big to the metrics of finding some success. So we'll see off these 4 cards if anything can happen here, but there's a world where these 4 cards might be the turn.
Listen, I don't think Cameron is bothered at all by it. Has been vibing this entire game so far. Finds that Battle VIP pass.
Is that all you have to do? Just vibe?
Yeah. Just rock with the white noise.
Okay. I could, maybe I could see that.
No, you hear it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Well, either way, Battle VIP Pass is going to get some Pokemon down, but are there any more cards to play out this turn? With 3 still, that means that Fusion Strike System's not going to be able to refill the hand just yet. So might need a little more help.
Meanwhile, Caleb has just a pretty good board to recover from a Judge. Double Comfey and that Radiant Greninja should allow him to draw quite a few cards trying to dig for that Colossus Experiment, the supporter that really makes this engine what it is.
Also, this is a list that plays that Drapion V, so got to be looking out for that at times. With just the 3 fusion Pokemon in play, that means that Pokemon would need an energy in order to start attacking for some knockouts, and I think that's the turn. It's a Mew VMAX and 2 supporters, and that is not going to be enough, as Caleb's going to be off to a very strong turn too, likely. Starting off with the trekking shoes.
You said this was turbo, but I didn't know it was that fast. Trekking shoes in the list?
Yes, 3, I believe, in this list. So going to be moving through the deck very quickly.
Is that a, double energy recycler discard, or?
Might be.
Flower selecting to start off, though. And I guess the one benefit about that Forest Sealstone getting Lost Vacuumed is it does bump up your Lost Stone count, and wow.
Whoa.
Finds the Colossus Experiment off the first Flower selecting here.
Yeah, that was big. Not much else going on.
What are you talking about? There's a Drapion V.
Yeah, you need the energy still, though.
Energy and a way to retreat, which
and
that provides both.
I believe there's escape rope there and one in the hand, too. So actually, one up very strong.
Battle VIP pass, and boss's orders go to the Lost Zone, and that's actually going to be pretty big because it signals to Cameron that this isn't the same list that Caleb's been playing for the past 2 regionals.
Uh-oh. What are you about to do over there? And escape rope.
I guess also the trekking shoes would do that, but you know.
That's true.
It's all happened in the same turn.
Well, I don't know if there's much of a decision here.
Whoa. Oh, no.
That's bad news. That is so dangerous. If there is a switch card here, that means that we're not going to see an attack from Cameron next turn.
And I think Caleb did that on purpose, not playing down that Drapion, just so you can have your opponent bring up the Mew. What a heads-up play from Caleb. Got that switch card, attached the energy, and thanks to Wild Style, takes a game 1. That's just quality play from Caleb.
Absolutely. No, that's 100% understanding that you have a table presence, you have an image. Everybody is looking for you to be playing this exact style of Kyogre build that you've been piloting for the longest time. Maybe you do just play the trekking shoes, or maybe you're a completely different deck and you're able to surprise your opponent and steal an opening victory there in 6 minutes.
I think we have enough time for maybe a couple more games.
I'm interested. Either that or caster battle.
Oh, gosh.
You don't feel confident? I've been practicing.
All right. Well, we'll see, Kyle. We'll see. No. After Milwaukee, Caleb actually broke down his finals, and just the knowledge that Caleb has for this deck, for the matchups that it has, it's insane. It's almost infinite.
Yeah, it's a great resource to be able to tap into the mind, see exactly what's going on there. Also, not afraid to call out mistakes too. Understood that there were some plays that were questionable, but ultimately it's about overcoming those, and wasn't able to do that in the finals. But look at this. Once more going to be at a huge table and show off some perfect play there, able to take that opening victory and be in a really solid spot here, trying to go to 6-1-1.
Both of these players are trying to make it to those 19 match points. And they're sitting at 16 right now. So with a win, one will go into day 2 and the other has another win in for the last round.
Yep. Mentally for Cameron, got to just shake that off. It was not an ideal start regardless.
Yeah.
You got 3 Pokemon in play and passed the turn after a judge that led to your opponent knocking you out.
Oh,
so
no. All right.
hopefully able to shake this off.
I think we're going to see a caster battle, Kyle.
Oh no. Does Cameron think it's a bad hand?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he would know if it's bad hand, right? I'm pretty sure he knows.
I think it's like Genesect Pass.
Oh, okay. Well,
Maybe this mulligan will help him out a little bit.
oh.
Yeah, look at that smile.
I see.
You know?
I see a fan of waves in there. That's not the ideal hand.
There's a Manaphy.
Oh, he's showing the crowd. He's the guys. I don't think I'm gonna be here.
You know, when they say 15 minutes of fame, I didn't think it was going to actually be 15 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that. If this game ends at 35 on the nose, you get a cookie. Oh, double Colress experiment. Uh-oh. Well, we'll see what that looks like, but Cameron's gonna start things off. He does have the Battle VIP pass that he got off the mulligan card.
Just like last game. But also, just like last game. I'm not sure if he can do much.
Just like last game isn't good news. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look at that hand. Those are cards.
There's actually nothing.
There's cards there.
You can get a Genesect and a Mew, you can play down your energy, and you can pass the turn. And then next turn, it has to be Judge, basically, top decked, in order to get all those cards out of your hand because you're not drawing. Ultra Ball maybe could lead to some resources where you can thin down a little bit. But there's not a lot of good cards to look for off the top here now.
Listen, attach pass, he pretty much should be playing Arceus instead.
Well, you hinted at it with the plushie there, so
taking a look at the resources, there's 3 Judge, 1 Roxanne in the deck. I'm pretty sure those notes are just going to be, I'm sad.
Mom, I'm on TV.
I've seen this play before.
Yep.
We got an energy, it's fine.
Gotta appreciate still looking through, trying to make sure what are my counts, what are my outs. There are a few cards that could help out next turn, but
Caleb needs a lot of help too. Don't get me wrong. Look at that hand.
okay, yeah, that's a great point. Caleb's hand is not too strong either. We could see fleet-footed trying to troll out of this mess. You can spread the cards no matter which way you want. It doesn't change the fact that they're terrible. Energy pass, and Caleb can start things off with the trekking shoes.
Okay, calm down, Caleb. Finds the Battle VIP pass off the trekking shoes. Trying to just run into victory here. Flower selecting. Takes the lightning, gets rid of that energy recycler.
Not only leading to potential retreat, but could be thinking about that Radiant Greninja. Just draw into a few more cards there.
Do you think Cameron's going to bring up the Mew?
Never again.
Battle VIP pass will allow Caleb to search for 2 basic Pokemon. Comfey's most likely going to be one of the cards selected, but you also have a wealth of options for the other. That Drapion V, of course. Radiant Greninja. And that's pretty much it.
No, I mean, that's a great option there. It's potentially just go very aggressive with the Drapion V and try to get the job done early. Your opponent clearly doesn't like their hand.
Yeah.
So you could certainly go that route. And Caleb's going to take the information he's got in front of him.
He has the boss's orders too.
No,
Oh, no, that's a knockout.
That's it. Yeah, that's I mean, that's not it.
Two more minutes, Caleb, please.
There's the escape rope in hand as well, the energy for the turn for the Drapion V, and the boss's orders. That is a knockout on Mew V.
Yeah, 2 more minutes. Come on, that's all I ask. Escape rope, Genesect brought to the active. Energy
knock.
on the Drapion.
Who's there?
Boss's orders. And there's the handshake. Oh, wow. All right.
All right, the cards were scooped. We will call the game. 15 minutes of fame. And that is quite the way to close things out in such an early game in round 8 now. That's going to lock Caleb up for day 2. Cameron's still with one more opportunity, and I think he's got some fortunate draws ahead of him.
Yeah. After that luck, you definitely have a lot of good karma coming your way for the next round.
Hope. And of course, the way that he's handling it too is beautiful. Just having a good time with it still. Not going to let that get to him, and he's still got that one final round to try to close things out.
As long as he just doesn't get paired against the Darkrai V-Star, I think he'll be okay.
Oh, please, no. Don't do that. Don't put that out in the world.
You know, this is why players are playing that Drapion V in the deck. Sometimes you can just steal games out of nowhere, and sometimes you do it twice in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you think about that along with the Sky Sealstone, which was so often the one way to play this deck and guarantee the match. Instead now, they're just playing the Drapion Vs. You know what? 3 prize cards, 2 prize cards, whatever it is, that advantage is so helpful that I'm just going to take that and be fine with all the Forest Sealstones instead.
And honestly, I think they added it back in for Gardevoir instead of Mew.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. It is 310 hit points that you never are able to knock out. There's just no possible way. You can't avoid it if you just go after other Pokemon. The Manaphy's there usually, and this is the one answer. You just set up this Pokemon, deal 380 damage, and you're usually chilling after that.
Yeah. we played a total of, what, 6 turns? One, two.
Oh, okay, yeah.
2, 1.
Yeah, back and forth. Yeah, that was, we had 1.5 turns each game in total. That was rough.
Yeah, you would love to see a Mew deck just get a full bench, get those Fusion Strike systems going. But when you only get one Mew in play,